Shalom Israel. Shalom. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 123 feet long. We have been teaching this truth since 1969 at the Black Hispanics and Native Indians. 12 hours of the nation of Israel, right? And today is the I.S.U.P.K Sabbath service, right? The things really most I ordain us to keep, right? So this is every Friday, as you know, the Sabbath begins at sundown, right? And it goes Saturday sundown, right? So this is here, we go let you all know how to go about keeping the Sabbath. Service and running through the scripture to get you about the Sabbath service and how to go about it, right? And this is priest and officer Shah, and this is priest and officer Yakar, right? So we're about to start the Sabbath service, right? Please start your registry.
Mariat Banyan Yam Yam Banya Shala.
Mariat Banyan Yam Banya Shala.
Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Rakatom.
Yahweh Hashem Yoshai Rakatom.
La Shala to Israel.
Saint Madium, when you put them, let us see the Lord's Prayer. Sir, Abinawa, Shabashumaya, Wadash, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakosa, Zaka, I.S.U.P.K,
what we just said, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. In earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debt, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen.
I'm going to say you have capital power. Yahweh,
Hashem,
Yahweh,
We're going to say the Hakka, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power to heal. One man of sickness, one man of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Bless Israel.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Barakana, Sapari, Barak, Agan, Hashem, Yahushua, what we just said, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us, and Israel, and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it.
You say Psalm 121 in Hebrew.
Asha,
Ayanya,
in English, I will lift up my eyes. I run to the hill. Whence cometh forth my help. My help comes from the Most High, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Most High is thy keeper. The Most High is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall smite thee thy day, or the moon by night. The Most High preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most High preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore.
Psalm between Hebrew,
Alahayam,
Sabbath,
Sabbath,
Malaha,
Malaha,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Palawan,
Palawan,
Wayakwasho,
Samka, Yahweh, Abasho,
Bahalo, Idea,
Waya,
Paro,
Waya,
Abado,
Adayo, Waya, Asa, Samka, Yahweh,
Iowan,
Alkaha,
Ratiza.
What we just said, keep not silent.
Keep not silent.
Omosai, hold not thy peace. I be not still. Omosai, for lo, thy enemy, make it too much. And he that hate thee, have lifted up the head, and have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come let us cut them off from being a nation, and the name of Israel is no more in remembrance. But they have consulted together with one consent. They are conspired against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites of Moab, and the Hagarine, and the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, and the Philistines, and the inhabitants of Tyre. Assyria joined with them. They are fought with the children of Lot, to laugh, unto them, unto the Midianites, unto the Syria, unto Jabin, and the brook of his son, which spreads at Endor, became as dung to the earth, made them nervous like Oreb, and like Zeb. Yea, all the princes of the back, and Zazaluna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High, in possession, whom I power, make them like a wheel, and the stubble before the wind, and the fire burn at the wood, and the flames set the mountains on fire. So prosecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Most High. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, as the Most High, over all the earth.
Strawberry for you to be seated. Continue in the book of Leviticus. Chapter 14, 20. you're talking about the format.
Right. Yeah.
Let's stop at 12.
So,
It was cut short from the last one.
yeah.
Continue with it. We continue the book of Leviticus, chapter 15 and verse 30. The book of Leviticus, chapter 15 and verse 30. Mukhiya, Yataha, Hazaha, Salakia, Hazab, Mazawaba, Salakia, Ma Zaba, Ma Zawa, Bawa, Wasapa, Lawa, Shaba'aitha, Yum Yum, Lataharafwa, Wakabas, Bagadayawa, Warakataza, Basharawa, Bamayam, Hakayam, Wataha. Verse 14. Wabaya Wam, Hashemayan, Ya, Yakuka, Lawa, Shathaya, Tharayam, Awa, Shaniya, Banya, Yawana, Waba'a, Lapanya, Yahweh, Allah, Pathak, Ahau, Mawa'aida, Wanathan, Nawa, Nama, Allah, Akahan. Verse 15. Wa'aisha, Atham, Akahan, Akkad, Hata'ah, Waha'akad, Ailah, Wakapa, Ailayawa, Akahan, Lapanya, Yahawa, Mazawa, Bawa. Verse 16. Wa'ayash, Khayar, Tataza'a, Mamanawa, Shakabath, Zara'ai, Warakataza, Bamayam, Athar, Kal, Basharawa, Watama, Aida, Ha'irab. Verse 17. Wakal, Bagada, Wakal, I war, Asha, Yahaya, Ailayawa, Salakia, Ailayawa. Shakabath, Zara'ai, Wakabas, Bamayam, Wata'a, Aida, Aira. Verse 18. Ashar, Yashakab, as Ayash, Athar, Shakabath, Zara'ai, Warakatazawa, Bamayam, Watamawa, Aida, Ha'ai, 19. Asha, Kaya, Fayan, Zaba, Dam, Yahayaha, Zabaha, Babara, Shaba'aitha, Yam, Tahaya, Banadaf, Wakal, Hanagai, Baha, Yatama, Aida, Aira.
The book of Leviticus 15 and verse 13. And when he that hath an issue is cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, and shall be clean. And on the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Most High unto the door of the tabernacle for the congregation, and give them unto the priest. And the priest shall offer them, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Most High for his issue, And if any man seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean until evening. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water, and be unclean until evening. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water, and be unclean until the evening. And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening.
Right, so when you go through Leviticus 15, you're seeing some real cleanliness of the you're seeing some real cleanliness of the Musa, right? So when you check out again now, you might see some people outbreaks and the body and thing, right? And certain thing might be boiled and all these things and thing, right? So all these things now the Musa is making it unclean and thing, and this is now you should be keeping yourself distant, or you go say quarantine, keeping yourself distant from other people and quarantine yourself and thing, right? So that one, right? So it goes to show and thing, and then after now, if we was to go and say right again now, everyone down to Christianity, like I say the 10 commandments here and thing, but all these here now you're seeing commandments and then your own consciousness and all too. Again now if you have break out on your body and people come in, you don't want to come by people because now you're afraid people will go and talk. I think now you're going to go and get that time to heal yourself and think, say you yourself now in your own consciousness trying to heal yourself now. So nobody can come and you want to you're ducking the person calling you on the phone and say, hey, I'm come and check in on now, but I think tie up and all kind of thing because in your own consciousness now, you don't want that person to know already going on with you and what to, and this is just really same thing the most I see and say your outbreaks on you and think keep yourself away from these people till you heal up yourself, right? And now you keep want to see now when now coming to you women and men having sex and all too again the same thing now with the most I think say now you're having sex now popular and we calling about we see now sperm come out of the man and thing, so sperm and the man, sperm and the woman and thing, you know again now the most I you know and also the same thing happening here now. These things happen now, you're gonna find yourself unclean. So the same time now if you know these things coming and people comment the same way now, you got to be a big person and say, nah, check me back tomorrow and think because you don't want that virgin coming and touch. You don't want that virgin coming and touching because the time span you do that till the evening they go make you unclean. So you don't want things. So now again and do it in your own way of birth. And if you don't want to come out and say, but now I have sex with my woman, make up some kind of I don't want to lie, but just make up and you can just make up and say, hey, I have something doing right now and thing already can't be wrong and thing. Same thing now coming back to the priesthood and all to when coming back to the Mosai, coming to the Mosai tabernacles and all to say same time again. You want to know if you come into the Mosai place and thing, you know you might have to withhold from your woman and your woman withholding something like you're seeing in Corinthians and thing where it better be for like what to say this way? Part time, yeah, part time. So you talk to a woman and think, you can't withhold sex from a woman. So you come and you talk to a woman and say, hey, we have to go in here, we have to go in the congregation and think we can't do this because we have to withhold yourself for a little time and thing, right? So a little fasting and thing, right? So just like that and thing. Again, the same thing to coming and everything to people, the same thing will be touching them. And then after now, when you go back again now, to the same thing, so all the women and them and man do the same way now. You and a woman all too, and they're like, when I don't have sex, I want to go and cuddle and talk about, hey, yeah, I love you, I'm going to do all the touch and thing. Why I'm missing something here, the most I say, yeah, the two of you go and bathe too. And think to go and bathe, go and pressure up yourself and thing, and then when you come back and talk and hold on, each arm and or you sleep away sleep away the same thing too again to say, see again now everything you're doing, I think it's all laws pertaining to the nation of Israel and thing. And again, you could be back the Most High God and when you check back all the uncleanness on all the unright when you check back all the righteousness and too and you see none the unrighteousness now again, you go see with the Most High saying, nah, you can't be among people and thing, and you're seeing it right through. Again, when the Most High and talk about cleanliness, he's the man for it and out, right?
Yeah, Most High great.
Yeah,
And I have nothing.
Right.
Most High great. You continue the reading. The book of Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 20. Wakal Ashar Tashakab Aliyawa Banadath Ha Yatama Wakal Ashar Shab Aliyawa Yatama, verse 21. Wakal Hanagai Bamashakalab Yakabas Bagadayawa Warakataza Bamayam Watama Aida Ha'irab, verse 22. Wakal Hanagai Bakal Kaliya Asha Thabash Tashabah Ayawa Kayabas Bagadayawa Wa Salakia Warakataza Bamayam Watama Aida Ha'irab, verse 23. Wa'ama Al Hamashakab Hawa'a Awa Aila Hakayal Hakayal Asha Hawa'a Ya Shabaf Ailayawa Banaga Aiwa Bawa Yatama Aida Ha'ira, verse 24. Wa'ama Shakab Yashakaba Ayash Ata Watahaya Adatha Ayawa Watama Shaba'aitha Yam Wakal Hamashakab Asha Yashabaf Ayawa Yatama, verse 25. Wa Asha Kaya Yazawab Zawab Dama Yam Rabayam Bala'a Aita Nadaf Ha Awa Kaya Tazawab Aila Nadatha Kali Yamaya Zawab Ma'atha Kayamaya Nada Tahaya Tama'a Hawa'a, verse 26. Kal Hamashabakam Salakia Hama Shakab Ashar Tashakab Aliyawa Kal Yamya Zawaba Hamashakab Nadath Yahaya Laha Wakal Hakalaya Ashar Tashabah Aliyawa Tama'a, Yahaya, Katama'atha, Nadaf.
The book of Leviticus 15 and verse 20. And everything that she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. And whatsoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the evening. And whatsoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until evening. And if it be on her bed, or on anything whereon she sitteth, when he toucheth it, he shall be unclean until evening. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days. And all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth, all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation. And whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean, as the uncleanness of her separation.
All right. So when you go back in here in Leviticus 15 and verse 19, right? So more or less now the Mosai showing you again one of these law again, not in the 10 commandments again. So if you want to go and think saying that 10 commandments you gotta live by, you're absolutely wrong, and the Christian church will be wrong again. So here comes now the law with the woman and them now, right? So when you go in here verse 19, and if a woman have an issue and her issue is the blood, the blood, shall she put apart 7 days, right? And whoever toucheth her shall be unclean until even, right? So what the most I saying is this now too, right? So that's a man and then the woman looking so good and think they're going to can't wait till the woman touch them, or they go hear the most I say, right? So some women again now, I see lower down now, you go see what we coming in here now too. That some women might the monthlies might come on them for about 3 days and thing, right? You still have to wait. You still have to wait. You still have to wait that 7. You still have to wait that 7 days, and it could be 5 days, and you see it gone. You still have to wait that 7 days part to go and touch her, right? And then after now she seeing herself and also the same thing happening, that she not supposed to be among people, and say she segregating herself from touching other people and things too. And the same thing when you go down now to see all the seating and things to say then again now it having men now come out again, and this is the destruction of the people in the world. Red light, green light, want to break red light and thing. That ain't go kill the and thing, and want to go on sex woman with the uncleanness and thing. I see all these laws to the Mosai again. When a woman she unclean, the same thing I see something more happen with men and all too. Men happen break out all on the penis and all kind of thing. The same thing again. And some women say that because they love the man and thing, but now you're not supposed to be you're not supposed to be around. You're not supposed to be around me and not the segregation to the same way again, right? And when you go on to So that's more or less the most I saying again. All them things she saying down one, so whether be now, we got to know like, hey, if we are going to take plastic and cover the seat and things, when they go back and all these seats and then we make we have any house and make out of leather and things, some of them clothing material and some more or less now sheet dripping and things, right? So if it's some like again Israel nothing the way how they should be running in a poor state and thing, right? Some of we might not have extra rooms for the woman to go, extra seats and things for the woman to sit down. So now we could again now that what it's called what is called the plastic thing again like polythene?
Yeah.
Where you could take polythene now and put it over the chairs and them over the bed and all these things and again now we in a poor state. This is now what should be happening. Just having real rooms that I guess you and some of them Eastern building up the houses and them. Two of them living in the house in about 10 rooms and things. So now she could have be segregating in that whole upstairs and things till she time come down and thing and thing. And this is what the most I think, right? And then after now, I say, and the most I think now, so all the men and women again want to go and sleep with a woman and thing and she must this and not allow for we again, right? And if a man lie with her at all and the floors be upon her, he shall be unclean for 7 days and all the bed we on he lieth and be unclean. So again, you men, I think we're not supposed to be lying with no woman when she monthlies and things to the same way again too, right? So there's all this is walk away with this uncleanness and thing, right? And when you really check back and all to the same thing again, again all the women and all you be seeing things happening to them and all too, right? When that time period coming, you go see breakouts coming and the feast and all things. Sometimes some of them they don't know how to deal with they don't know how to deal with the thing, the hacking up the car, and all these things and them. So again, some of them women don't know how to deal with these things when they come about and thing. And you again not being you men and all being head of these women and them and even all at the time where the fathers and all too. Again, now you go on this that time now you want to be like your wife now to be speaking to the daughters and kind of what the stuff with the daughters when these times come around and right. And then after now when you're going who is 26 years now, right? So now you go hear that you go hear stories and things going about that and which is true that when we go back and things, some women again they might see the monthly for a few days and thing, right? And thing like so all well and thing and wait name and then after that another part with the most I say if it pass that 7 days now. So some might go before that till 7 days and if 7 days pass now you go for another 7. So if it reach on the 8th day or the 9th day, you have another 7 days quarantine with that woman, then you can go and touch that woman again, right? But here what will happen with some of these women, what's going on with some of these women here now, and you're seeing everything what's happening here. So everything you're seeing now coming from the Most High and thing, right? So when you're going to verse 26 now, every woman which she lieth, and all the days of her issue shall be on her, as the bed of a separation, and whosoever sitteth upon her shall be unclean, as the uncleanness of a separation, right? And verse 27, right? And whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, shall wash her clothes and bathe herself in water and be unclean until even, right? Verse 28, but if she be cleansed for issue, then she shall number herself 7 days, and after that she shall be unclean, right? So when you go back and all to some of these women and all to the same thing happen, they might end up seeing the monthlies and all more than the expected time and all. So the most I say 7 days, they might go more than 7 days, and then after that 7 days again, they still think. So some women might end up seeing the monthlies for more than the quarantine time, the most I expected. And you be hearing it and also go happening. Women seeing the monthlies for months. Some have seen it at all, and when they do come, they come in for months and all kind of thing. The same thing again when these periods come, the woman unclean. You're not supposed to be having no sex. You're not supposed to be touching them. You're not supposed to be being around them and all to the same way, right?
Yeah. Even the whole issue of them seeing their period, right? Even as the ideal thing with them would be for them to have their separate area, separate room, separate utensils and all this stuff. All this is to prevent what health issues, the health condition. As you know, a woman will be producing blood during that time, and anything with blood, once it drops on a particular area or touches anything, or those type of fluids could cause contamination, could cause diseases. All this is just that science that Moses gave unto the nation of Israel to understand cleanliness. You understand? And even today, you know, we have different measures, even if you don't have a separate room, right? As a shelter, you know, you can spread some stuff on the couches, or the woman can wrap herself, right? As we know, there are a lot of women's sanitary stuff, you know, like the pads and all these different things that they have now, as well as the woman can wrap herself in some sheet, or you know, those type of cloth that wouldn't leak or be able to absorb anything that possibly could leak from her, right? So there now she could share the space, you understand, in the house, but still be quarantined, if you want to put it like that, by having, you know, this cloth or this thing wrapped around her to prevent anything from leaking or dripping from it, right? So from that time to now, there are a lot of different things that that's available now for women to use to prevent them from leaking, or you know, creating that issue of blood in different areas, right? And as Sasha said, she go past her 7 days, there's another 7 days, right? And even if it goes longer than that, right? Once she is seeing the blood, she is unclean. But once it stops. From that time, she is clean. You understand? As you know, there's a scripture in the New Testament where the woman had the issue of blood, I think it was for 12 years. You understand? And Christ healed her. And she was clean on that day she got healed. When that blood stopped, she was clean. Right? So all these are things that the Christian church say the laws of God are done away with. So they can have all the nasty sex that they want and create all these diseases that, you know, that are not written in the scriptures. And that is what the nation of Israel is suffering through all this time. You're not supposed to be having sex with a woman who is bleeding. Right now, it may happen that you may have sex with her, but she may not be bleeding, and then during that time, she may start to bleed, right? And you didn't realize that does happen. When that does happen, the man, he is unclean for what, 7 days as well. You understand? So all these are laws to prevent what? Quarantine, and to make sure that you don't catch any diseases that may come about during that time. Right? So that is what I say.
And that's one of the things that's other than right. You see, I know to say again now, I know sometimes you may not know to again. This is not like you're not that dress like with poor and thing I say again now some woman might your daughter might call you and thing coming on the road. It's not something you go be going right to, and if your daughter call you, your woman call you and say, hey, I want to get a box of stay free for you. I want to get a box of stay free. Go and buy these box of stay free. Not like I just going and pour. It's just a quick run back out and get it done. You have the woman having right as like a dripping all about, and these is all the things we are not talking about, wrapping up herself and things. And this one of the measures that is used now for women and she monthly and things. Go and get it and stop studying about these men are the way why you're buying stay free and all kind of thing. And when you stay free, it's for your woman, right? And if anybody understand that, like a small thing that your woman, that your daughter is for your daughter, and you're not for it one, right?
Right. I will continue reading the book of Leviticus chapter 15 and verse 27. Wakal and a wagaya and a hana wagaya bama yatama wakabas bagadayawa wara kataza bamayam watama aida ha ira verse 28 wa amma tahara mazawa wa sapa raha shaba'ai yam akara taha verse 29 wabaya wam Hashamayaniya Tapaka Shataya Tarayam Awa Shanaya Banya Yawana Wahabaya Awatan Allah Hakana Allah Pasaka Ahau Mawaida verse 30 wa Aisha Hakahan Hatta Ha'akad Hata Ata Akad, Ayla, Wakapa, Ailaya, Akahan, Lapanya, Yahweh, Mazawah, Tamaaf, verse 31, Wahaza Ratham, Ata, Banya, Yesha'ala, Mata, Ma'ata, Wala'a, Yamatawa, Bata, Ma'atam, Bama'a, Ata, Mashaka, Neya, Asha, Batwaham, verse 52, Za'ata, Tawara, Hazabah, Wa'asha, Taza'a, Mamana Wa, Shakaba, Zara'ai, Latama, Baha, verse 53, Wahadawa, Banadaf, Wahazab, Asad, Zawabai, Lazaka, Wala Nakaba, Wala Yash, Asha, Yashakab, Aima, Tama'a.
The book of Leviticus 15 and verse 27. And whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until evening. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles, or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her before the Most High for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of him that hath an issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him, and is defiled therewith, and of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that hath an issue, of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean.
Right, so when you go and read the same thing again, the whole uncleanness of women, the whole uncleanness of men, and things like that. See again, the Most High bringing all these laws. You're going to verse 32, right? Leviticus 15 and 32, right? This is the law of him that had an issue, of him whose seed goeth from him, right? And is defiled with therewith, right? And then after now it says, she know what the Most High thing, the uncleanness of the man, right? And then after when you go to verse 33, and of her that is sick of her flower, and of him that had an issue of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean, right? And then after when you go back to the Most High gaining the law of the uncleanness of women and men, right? And here we go to verse 31, right? And say, right, so thus shall you separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in the uncleanness, right? When they defile my tabernacle that is among them, right? So again, now this is the most when you see yeah, these things coming to you know, I think still man quarantine yourself, don't come to the Most High congregation, don't come to the Most High house with your uncleanness and things, because right? Again, you could die for the same thing, right? So again, when you feel the Most High again some people go think the Most High you're loving the Most High with all with your mind and your heart and things, but through the Most High talking about again, right? So again now the Most High Lord and thing, right? Say before you die, not and things. So if you're thinking that hey, you can't die from being having a monthly and coming around people to unclean stuff and coming to the congregation and all. You could die again to the Most High in clean and also with the cleanliness and also the Most High again making sure you be righteous, making sure his place clean, making sure the earth stay clean, everything you see and also again. So when coming back to that Christianity again, I say yeah man, yeah, I love the Most High and thing, I love the Most High with my mind. And I want to, but the Most High say again, if you love and keep the commandments, the love of the Most High is to keep the commandments and thing. I see in here again now that hey, people could die, and to come the kingdom of heaven, you have to keep this. Jesus Lord, you have to keep on also. So don't feel the kingdom of heaven thing that the Lord and them done away. So better start working and getting all these things in into your system and all these things. So it come easy in front of you again. So it come like a man having a company and thing, right? And he looking for employees and thing, right? He not going to look for somebody to destroy his business and make him look bad and all kind of thing. The Most I choose the people to make the people the kingdom, so the people could stand up and see their righteousness and spread their righteousness and anything going off wrong, them and the people now to correct it and thing. And this is what the Most I looking for, right?
Yeah, man, no time for it.
Right.
I shall continue reading the book of Leviticus chapter 15, chapter 16 and verse 1. Wayadaba Yahweh, Allah, Masha, Akaraya, Mawaf, Shaniya, Banya, Aharan, Bakoratham, Lapanya, Yahweh, Waya Mathawa, verse 2. Waya Aman, Yahweh, Allah, Masha, Daba, La'a, Aharan, Akaya, Akayaka, Wa Allah, Baya Yaba'a, Ba Bakal, Aita, Allah, Hakodash, Mabaya, La Hora Kaya, Salakia, La Hora Kata, Allah, Panya, Hakapara, Asha'a, Aharam, Wala'a, Yamawa, Kaya, Banana, Salakia, Ba'ai na Araha, Aila, Hakapara, Street, Baza'ata, Yaba'a, Aharan, Allah, Hakwadash, Bapa, Bana, Silakia Ban, Bakora, Lakata Ata, Wa'a Ayala, La'ayalata, was 4. Kata Nathan, Bada, Kwadash, Yalabash, Wamaka, Nasaya, Bada, Yahawa, Salakia, Yawa, Yawa, Basharawa, Ba'a, Banata, Bada, Yakara, Salaki, Yakaga, Ra, Wabamataza, Napa, Bada, Yakazana, Bagadaya, Wadash, Ham, Warakataza, Bamayam, Ata, Basharawa, Walaba, Sham. Verse 5. Wa'amata, Aidas, Banya, Yash'ala, Yakwaka, Shaniya, Sha'ai Yaraya, Isayam, Lakata Ata, Wa'ayal Akad, La'ailaha. Verse 6. Wakora Selake, Wahakwa Rayab, Aharam Ata, Pakata Ata, Sha, Lawa, Wakapa, Ba'aidawa, Waba'aida, Bayatawa. 7. Walakwaka Ata, Shaniya, Hasha'ai Selake, Hasha'ai Yaram, Wahakwa Mada, Waha'ai Mayada, Atam, Lapanya Yahawa, Pataka, Ahal, Mawa'aida.
The book of Leviticus 16 and verse 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses after the death of the 2 sons of Aaron, when they offered before the Most High and died. And the Most High said unto Moses, Speak unto Aaron thy brother, that he come not at all times into the holy place, wherewith the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the altar, that he die not. For I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. This shall Aaron come into the holy place with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for a burnt offering. He shall put on the holy linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and he shall be girded with a linen girdle, and with the linen mirt shall he be attired. These are holy garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the congregation of the children of Israel 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for a burnt offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock for the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Most High at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
All right, so when you're going Leviticus 16 and verse 1, right? So when so this is where the Moses Moses, again, the Most High talking to Moses and saying, right? And the Lord spake unto Moses after the death of his two sons, Aaron, when they offered before the Lord, right, and died, right? So again, now when you check back here again, right? So Moses and Aaron is the priest and them, right? So also Aaron now have sons and things, right? And more or less now Aaron's sons now free to go and do the will of the what the father doing. I guess I like what the father doing, but again now the Most High didn't anoint them to be priests and then now they feel that they seen everything what the father doing and now they say all right. So just like and they take incense and they end up dying and thing, right? So again now this is something just like earlier on with again with the children of Israel, so the Most High decked the children of Israel with all kind of different things, deck them with jewelry, different clothes to wear, everything, right? And different perfumes and things, right? So when coming back to the Most High now, right, he had he had he had perfumes and all set up for the priests and them to wear, and he tell them, hey, nobody not to go and try to make these perfume and thing for the priests and them to wear, because if you go and try to make these perfume, try to get the fragrance how these perfumes set up here, you go die. So the children of Israel had them perfume to wear and thing, and so too the priests of Israel had them perfume to wear. So Moses saying, if any children of the Israel and thing, right, decide to go and try to make this perfume coming close to it, they're going to die. So the priests and them have a certain way how they smell, and the children of Israel have a certain way how they're going to be smelling and things. So the Most High was dealing how the priests and them should be caring about themselves. And the same thing with children of Israel. So some men go feel like, hey, they go see the I.S.U.P.K, they go see the priests and prophets of the Most High, and hey, say to yourself, I like where them doing and thing. Yeah, you have a right spirit to save the Most High, but did the Most High anoint you to be the priest and prophet side? No. So if again that there's a show to don't these women are not is something disrespectful they're doing and thing. Yeah, I want to love the Most High, but I not job for you all and thing like the Most High never set up woman to preach to teach and to preach to the children of Israel and thing, right? So again, when you come up and you're going against the Most High and thing, right, and you pick it stick up things and you expect things to go against you and thing, right? So that's why the Most High set up everything. Just a policeman can just come just to pick up a police and see the police. Just say, "Abese what happen here?" A man decide to be a police officer and think, but you feel that there is something. I think what go on with him now? Yeah, big bill to go and pay all kind of thing right now and thing. When you can keep that money and thing and break, but they want to go and do a policeman job. The same thing with the priest and them. A priest has a job to do, and the same thing with the priest. The Most High set up priests over them to teach them the right things. So these things will come at them. So the same thing happened with Moses. Moses being the head over Aaron, and thing I see coming at the take instructions. And when you go in verse 2 and thing, I said unto Moses, right? Speak unto Aaron thy brother, right? That he come not all the time into the holy place. So again, now there's the Most High now talking to Moses now, and then after he forming Aaron, the man right under him and all too again. And the same thing will be coming down, the same thing will be coming down that line too. Aaron now will be right under it and informing other brothers how to go about doing the things that the Most High that hey, you go fall in that destruction or that death do be on Moses and thing, right? Because again in Israel, if you make somebody die, innocently, you have a price to pay for that. You have a price to pay for that. So everything you see in here, Moses, the Most High talking to Moses talking to you. Men, you just go pick up yourself and say, just go and do the Most High who can think to go have troubles, deal with people out there, go have troubles, deal with your household and things in the public and the people who are against you and think all these things now you could be taught and teach, right?
Yeah, man, most interesting. It was to add, I would always say is when in the world, right? Even persons in the world understand about impersonating authority. If you dress up and pretend to be a policeman, you'll be charged for impersonating an officer, as Officer Shah was bringing up. If the priest and the prophet of the Lord did not pour oil on your head, then you are not with the Most High. You are not ordained. Just as the scriptures, I think there's some in the New Testament, paraphrasing, when it had some demons that came against some brothers. Well, they go on and they try to exercise some demons, right, in a man. And the scriptures say, the demons say, Paul, I know. You understand? Christ, I know. Who is you? You understand? Who is you coming in? What authority you have? And this is what the many I.S.U.P.K and the Commander Gen.YAHANNA, we have the authority to be the priest and the prophets of the law of the Lord. Creflo Dollar do have the authority. T.D. Jakes do have authority. The Catholic priests do have authority. Every other faith Israelite group, so-called, do not have that authority if they are not in the I.S.U.P.K under Commander Gen.YAHANNA. Right, so that's so you continue reading the book of Leviticus chapter 16 and verse 8. Wanathan, Aharon, Shanayah, Hashai, Yaram, Garalawa, Gawara, Akkad, La Yahweh, Wagara, Akkad, La Zam. Verse 9. Wahakwa Aharon, Atar, Hashairaya, Asha, Layawa, Hagawara, La Yahweh, wa Aisha Hawa, Hata Atta, verse 10. Wahasha I Yara, Hasha Ayla, Ayawa, La'ai za Hazar, Ya Aimad, Kaya, Lapanya, Yahawa, Lakapa, Ay Yawa, La Shalaka, Atawa, La'ai za Azar, Hada, it's like Hamada, Bara, verse 11. Wahakwa Rayab, Aharam, Atar, Hakata Atar, Asha, Lawa, Wakapa, Ba'aidawa, Waba'aida, Bayatawa, Washakata, Ata, Hakata, Wa, verse 12. Walakwa, Mala'a, Hamakata, Baka Leya, Asha, Ma'ai, Hamazaba, Malapanya, Yahweh, Mala'a, Kapanyawa, Kwatara, Samayam, Dakwa, Wahabaya, Mabaya, La Para, Kat, verse 15. Wanathan, Atar, Akwantara, Ayla, Hasha, Lapanya, Yahweh, Wakasa, Ainan, Akwatara, Atar, Akapara, Asha, Adawa, Wala'a, Yamawa, verse 14. Wala Kwaka, Madam, Papa, Wahaza, Ba'ataza, Ba'aiwa, Aila, Panya, Hakapara, Kwadam, Walapanya, Hakapara, Yazaha, Shaba'ai, Fa'aima, Yam, Man, Haddam, Waba, Tazaba Iwa. I see.
The book of Leviticus 16 and verse 8. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the two goats, one lot for the Most High, and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Most High's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Most High, to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bullock for the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals for fire from off the altar before the Most High, and his hands full of sweet beaten small, it within the veil. He shall put the incense upon the fire before the Most High, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he die not. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward, and before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his finger 7 times.
Right. So again now, this again now the Mosai again now the Mosai ordained Moses, he ordained Aaron to be priest and prophet of the nation of Israel, right? So again now he's a man of the Mosai and thing, right? But do feel because he's a man of the Mosai now that you could do it one time thing. So this is what the Mosai this is what the Mosai gain orders and thing. When they come into they come into the congregation at the Mosai house, there are certain things you have to wear, you have certain perfumes you have to certain perfumes you have to pour on and thing, right? Certain things you have to set up everything certain way, you have to be seated and thing like that. So when you're building the same houses and things, certain schools they tell you silver, gold and all that. That's following the Mosai instructions. So the same thing like when you check out a man at a company and thing, right? They go see some women and men dressed up, they dress up in the suit and thing, right? And when Friday reach and thing, the boss man might tell them, all right, today is Friday, why you wear culture, where, but Monday to Tuesday, yeah, it is suit, why you come in or your suit, why you come in or your dresses appropriate and then Friday, yeah, no scene, but I still come in appropriate, but why you can wear your jerseys, or your jeans or your sneakers and thing, and free up for yourself and thing, I think. Same thing now come back to the most like when you come back to the street and them, because why you like them know the himself here, you're working for me, yeah, order. So you same thing applying to these people when they're working for these companies and them. You same thing they want to dress Monday to Tuesday, and you go see it for yourself on Fridays, you will see the dressing casual and thing. The same thing applying back now to the when you come back to the most and thing. So the same thing happening here again, right? The Musa, when he come to Moses and Aaron and things, there are certain things they have to do before they come face to face with the Musa and things like that. Because why you could die, and again, you want that all times to be following the instructions of the Musa. Because again, anytime you're going against the Musa, really and truly, you're just looking for death, right? Plain talk, plain simple. Right?
So, Mr. listening, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you're performing a job for the Musa, is something very serious. This is not something that you could take for slight or take for granted as with anything else in the world. This is the most high power that you're dealing with. So, as being a priest and a prophet, the Musa is a very serious obligation. And that's something that we have to consider, even before getting oil poured on your head. This is a life or death situation here. This is where you're taking an oath to do a job for the Most High. And the Most High not accepting no mediocre type thing. You have to do this to the best of your ability. This is not Calichani you're working for. This is not KFC you're working for. This is not Popeyes you're working for. You're working for the Most High God. And this is something that we have to take very serious with any job that we do. Most people, when they're working and they get a salary, if they want to get more money, you understand, you have to perform. You understand? 99% of the time you have to do exceptionally good. The Most High is no different. Once you perform and do the work of the Most High will reward you. And there are certain things that are basic that you don't need no reward for, because that is your basic duty. You understand? And that's what you need to get done. And this is what you need to understand being a priest of the prophet of the Most High. Alright? So we'll continue reading. The book of Leviticus chapter 16 and verse 15. Washakata, Ata, Sha'iriya, Hakata Asa, Hasha, La'ima, Hawabaya, Ata, Damawa, Allah, Mabaya, La Parakata, Wa Aisha, Ata, Damawa, Ha Asha, Aishaha, La Dam, Hapa, Wahaza, Atawa, Hakapara, Walapanya, Salakia, Hakapara, verse 16, Wakapa, Aila, Hakwadash, Ma'ata, Banya, Yasha'ala, Wamapasha, Yaham, Lakal, Kata'a, Tam, Wakan, Ya Aisha, La Amma, Salakia, La Aham, La Salakia, La Ahal, Mawa'aida, Ashakan, Atam, Bathwaka, Tama Atam, verse 17, Wakal, Adam, La Yaha, Ba'ahal, Mawa'aida, Baba'awa, Lakapa, Bakodash, Aida, Tazatawa, Kawapa, Ba'aidawa, Bayatawa, Waba'aida, Hal, Kwahal, Yasha'ala, Wayataza, Allah, Hamazabah, Ashar, Lapanya, Yahawa, Wakapa, Ayawa, Walakoka, Madam, Hapa, Wamadam, Hawai Yara, Wanathan, Aila, Koranawa, Amazabah, Sabayaba, Sabaya, verse 19. Wahaza, Ilayawa, Man, Adam, Baatazaba Iwa, Shabai, Pa'aimayam, Wata Ha Rawa, Wakadashwa, Matama'a, Banya Yashala, verse 20. Wakahal, Makapa, Ata, Akadash, Wa'ata, Ahal, Mawa'aida, Wa'ata, Awazaba, Wahakwa Raya, Ata, Ashayab. Verse 21, finishing verse 20. Ashayara, Akaya, verse 21. Wasamaka, Aharan, Ata, Shakaya, Yadawa, Ra'ash, Ashayara, Akaya, Waha, Tawa'ada, Ayawa, Ata, Ha, Iwanatan, Banya, Yashala, Wa'ata, Ha, Pashaya, Yaham, Ha, Kata'atan, Wanatan, Ma'ata, Ra'asha, Asha'ayara, Awalaka, Bayada, Awaira, Ashalaka, Bayada, Ayash, Aitaya, Adam, Hamada, Bahra.
The book of 16 and verse 15. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the holy place because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgression in all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation that remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the congregation when he goeth in to make an atonement in the holy place, until he come out and have made an atonement for himself and for his household and for all the congregation of Israel. And he shall go out unto the altar is before the Most High, and make an atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon of the altar round about. And he shall sprinkle of the blood upon it with his finger 7 times, and cleanse it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he had made an end of reconciling the holy, the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, he shall bring the live goat, and Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel, and all their transgressions in all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness.
Right, so when you go through all this, you know, Leviticus 16 again, and even all before and all to see again what going on here and all to so the most I doing now. Because I train Israel spent so much of time in Egypt and thing, right? 400 years and thing, right? So sometimes we borrow something from somebody and thing, and that's a few months pass, we forget we borrow a hammer from somebody, and the person come and say, what the hammer, who good I forget, right? But when you check back what happened, you know, the children of Israel spend so much time around these Egyptians, these heathens, and them again. They forget the Mosai laws and thing, right? So now here now the Mosai now bringing back all these things to Moses and Aaron now, and again I'm making all these atonement now to recruit back all these laws to the children of Israel. That's why they lose it. So if the Mosai telling, because that mean now that if you telling them now to let them do all these things again now, that means you had it and they forget about all these things now. So now what the Mosai bringing back them. Keep bringing back that righteousness, bringing back that righteousness to them, right? So when you go back into verse 16 here now, and you shall make an atonement, right? So now you're going to make them afflict themselves. So now again, now, if you was to see the most time, it'll be about 2 times for the day, for the week. Now it might be about 5 times. It might be about 5 times now, because what happened now is, you know what? It's time back to get the teaching back from the priests and the prophets and everything, right? And then after to go in this holy place, right? And because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, so now he and because now, so now it's a but. But what causes because now is a but. So when you check back what going on here, the children of Israel should be cleanest set of people on the face of the earth, the most righteous set of people on the face of the earth. But you're going now, you're the same now, because they are unclean set of children of Israel. So that means now, how that happen, how they'll come and clean out, they're going to follow in the following nations. So we're not supposed to be on that level now. That the Mosai say, hey, because you're unclean, that's the children of Israel. Which the Mosai just be adding and say, boy, me no lying, but the children of Israel already clean, they clean. And that thing, but you're going now, it's our thing now. It's switched now because they're unclean, that's the children, because of the thing, they start to go and do one thing like that. And why? When you go back to it now, because of the transgression of their sins and things. So now again, know the transgression, sin is the transgression of the law. They went against the law against that. No time you see that the Mosai saying, hey, you know, sin is acceptable in the eyes of here and thing, right? You see again that, hey, at all times you had to keep the law at the Mosai and thing, right? And thing, so again, and then after now, again, now, when you go back here and here, that remaineth among them in the midst of the children of the uncleanness. Again, now, people, the people, family members, lose family members, man, brothers and them lose the partners, sisters and them lose the sisters and there, right? And who remain at here now, this is what they're bringing in, this is what the Mosai bringing to them and tell them, hey, this is what you have to do to be righteous in the eyes of the Mosai. And these are 2 men now, I set up here, Moses, Aaron, and things like that. Now you want to follow me? Alright, this is why I have to follow and wherever these men are saying, right?
Just to piggyback on what you're saying, it's all about following what the Most High said to do. gave the priests and prophets an instruction, and these priests and prophets tell you what to do, what is righteous, what is unrighteous. And once you get up in your spirit, no longer somebody will have a baby, you know. And this is what we do in I.S.U.P. in the commandment of GEN.YAHANNA. Nobody had to tell us again to eat no pork, crab, lobster, and shrimp. Because the priest and the Most High told us, showed us in the scriptures, and showed us the instructions of the Most High, that we should not do these things. And that is in our heart now. Whether we can not just not do it, but help teach other men to keep the laws of the Most High as well. Right? So we continue reading in the book of Leviticus chapter 16 and verse 22. Wanasha, Asaya, Ayawa, Ata, Kaya, Iwanatham, Allah, Arataza, Gazara, Ashalaka, Ata, Asha Ayara, Bamadaba, is 23. Waba'a, Aharan, Allah, Ahal, Mawa'ida, Wapasat, Atar, Bagadaya, Abba, Salakia Abad, Asha, Labash, Baba Awa, Allah, Akwadash, Anaya, Kam, Shema, verse 24, Warakataza, Atar, Basharawa, Bamayam, Bamakwa, Wam, Wam, Salakia, Kwandawash, Walabash, Atar, Bagadayawa, Wayakaza, wa Aisha, Ata, Ayo, Ayel, Latawa, wa Ata, Ayo, Aylata, wa Ayla, wa Kapa, wa Aydawa, wa Ayda, Amahar, Aima, 25, wa Ata, Kalam, Ata, Yakwata, Yara, Amazabaka, verse 26, Wahama, Shalah, Ata, Asha, Ayr, Yara, La'ai, Zakazal, Yakabas, Bagadayawa, Alakatiza, Ata, Asharawa, Amayam, Ata, Raya, Han, Yakawa, Allah, Amakan, the 27, Ata, Ha, Akata, Ata, the Ira, Ata, Alaba, Ata, Daman, La Kapa, Bakwadash, Yawatazaya, Allah, Makawatazala Hamkana, Washapawa, Ma'asha, Ta, Iratham, Wata, Basharam, Wata, Parashat, verse 28, Wahasha, Ra, Mahata, Sinakiatan, Ya Kabas, Bagadayawa, Warakatisa, Ata, Basharawa, Bamayam, Wa'ata Haraya Ha Yahweh Allah Hamaka Neha. Right?
The book of Leviticus 16 and verse 22. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness, and Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall put off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the holy place, and shall leave them there. And he shall wash his flesh with water in the holy place, and put on his garments, and come forth and offer his burnt offering and the burnt offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself and for the people. And the part of the sin offering shall he burn upon the altar. And he that let go the goat for the scapegoat shall wash his clothes and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward come into the camp. And the bullock for the sin offering, and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought to make atonement in the holy place, shall one carry forth without the camp, and they shall burn in the fire their skins, and their flesh, and their dung. And he that burneth them shall wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp.
Alright, so the same thing over and over, repeating itself, and the most again instructions, the Aaron, even when Aaron coming into the even when Aaron coming into the tabernacles and also we go say house of the Most High, right? You see now again, like sometimes we go and working and thing, right? And a man and his wife come, when they check it out, sometimes the woman maybe the ones in the house maybe clean up the place and things so much and thing, right? So when he come now, he gone yes, where maybe rubbing up an iron, maybe instead of gonna sit again as right. You see, I see some them again, I don't know again, who say no and what again, right? And then I see now your clothes picking up all that. So now this is what the Most High telling Aaron again. So you see me see now cleansing it again, how cleansing the Most High. So this is what the Most High telling Aaron, hey, now you come and think, you see that we have one, take it off and you go and go on again, changing our clothes. The same thing now when sometimes we reach home now, that would close that cover all you have on again. You ain't going to have to have on that cover now coming in to sit down and the chair with clothes now you go pour on and thing. Then when you reach out the thing, you take off that boot, you take off that thing, and then after now, yeah, inside separate go and you put and inside clothes now to go on your chair. The same thing applying to Moses and Aaron, and then now we come to deal with the Most High. Same thing again, the Most High applying to them. Hey, I think all this thing on you put outward there, and then yeah, it's a different ball game. I think so that's the cleanliness and the instructions the Most High setting for them. I ain't see that they, what they're going against the Most High and things. So the same thing now happening again now. We forefathers and thing where they didn't keep the Most High laws and thing now. So see now what happened now. We now have to come back now and redeem yourself now in the eyes of the Most High, so the Most High again now to move on away from all these uncleanliness and thing, right? And when you see uncleanness, everything you see in here and thing, right? Putting yourself with all these heathen nations and them is uncleanness of the Most High, serving other gods is uncleanness, eating things are not nobody Most High not ordained for you not eat is uncleanness of the Most High and thing. Watching your brother and want to go against your brother and all these things are uncleanness of the Most High and things. So again, all the Most High want we to move away from all these things in here and think to China Israel. Because again, we should be the trendsetters. We should have that light. Everyone should be one be saying now, but these people them really these people different. And as when you go in the scriptures, or like Deuteronomy 4:6, they go see what they are the Most High saying about these other nations. They are wise and understanding people and things. So when we go there, you see one say the Most High thing. But why the Most High want these other nations to talk about great? And if you're talking great things about the nation of Israel, that means you're talking great things about the Most High, because the Most High will set that order for the children of Israel and thing, right? So again, when they talk about the Most High, now no other gods could line up with the Most High and thing, right? But when you go and think again, the children of Israel, now we come in fools to the nation. So now we go say, but wait now. But we serving fake God and what you structure or and things, because why we not do anything that the Most High and these nations serving other gods and the uncleanness and what you have above it. But if we do the right things, what the Most High expect we to expect we know again now these other nations will have nothing to say and I expect to say, you know what, we can be on that level at the nation of Israel, right? So we have to stop the uncleanness, right?
That we say at Matthew. Brings us to the end of the service. Son.
La Shala to Israel.
Done. Face east. So.
What we just said, our Father, which art in heaven, and be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, and it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive our debts, and we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Amen. What we just said, Yahweh, the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. One man of sickness, one man of disease. The power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power to get some clean spirit. Cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We say, bless Israel.
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Rapinoa, SHALAM, I.S.U.P.K, Saparium, Barak, Papa, Gun, Hashem, Yahushua, the Wadaman. What we just said, Lord, the name of Yahushua, bless us, and Israel, and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones, in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
We say Psalm 121 in Hebrew.
Asha, Ayanya, Ahayam, Mayan, Yabaha, Isaiah, Mayam, Yahweh, Asha, Shamayam, Aratazah, Ayatan, Lamowa, Galka, Ayanawa, Marka, Anna, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashon, Shamama, Yashala, Yahweh, Tamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyah, Yamilka, Yamama, Ashamash, La'a, Yukaka, Bayala, Yahweh, Shamasmaka, Makalrai, Yashama, Anat Pasuka, Yahweh, Yashama, Tazalka, Wahoka, Mayata, Waib, and Mulam. What we just said, I will lift up my eyes onto the hills. For whence cometh my help? My help comes from the Most High, which made heaven and earth. Will not suffer thy foot to be moved. Will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel, and I slumber nor sleep. The Most High is thy keeper. The Most High is thy shade. Upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Most High shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
We say Psalm 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alamayalaka,
Al-Takara,
Aitakara,
Al-Shukwa,
Aitakara,
Yahanna,
Aikana,
Awayabaka,
Awelka,
Yahamayyawan,
Ayamoyun,
Ra'ash, Ayamaka,
Ayamaka,
Ira Yawan,
Ayawam,
Sawada,
Wayata,
Aitazawa,
Aitazawanka, Amara,
Lakawa,
Wakawa, Wakadam, Tagawa, Wala'a, Yazaka, Samyashala, Iwada, Ya, Aitazawa, Waba, Akadwa, Ayaka, Baria, Yakuatwa, Ahalia, Alawam, Ayashamaya, Wababa, Agoyam, Babal, I'm one. I'm a lot. Father Shah. I'm the Shabby. That's the walk. Damas the walk. On the walk. I walk. Zawai. Avanya. Zawa. Salah. I Shalam. Kamadian. Kasaya. Sarah. Kayabian. Balakal. Yashua. Ashamaru. Maya. Ayawa, the man, Adama, Shayakam, Yamdamo, Kaira, Kazaba, Asha, Amaro, Nairasha, Nanawa, Ata, Nawa, Alahaya, Yatam, Gangala, Akwas, Kapanya, Waka, Ash, Tabiara,
Wakalabaha,
Wakabaha,
Talaha,
Talaha,
Arayam,
Arayam,
Kantarapatma,
Tapatma,
Basaraika,
Basaraika,
Wasa,
Wabasa,
Wapatka,
Wapatka,
Tabahala,
Tabahala,
Malaha,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Walawan,
Walawan,
Waya,
Waya,
Wakwasho,
Wakwasho,
Ka,
Tamka,
Yahaw,
Yahawa,
Wabasho,
Wabasho,
Waya,
Waya,
Baharo,
Waya,
Ayai, Waya Kaparo,
Waya Faro,
Waya Aparo,
Waya Bado,
Waya Dayo,
Waya Dayo,
Waya Ta,
Waya
Tamka,
Tamka,
Yahaw,
Yahawa,
Wabata,
Labata,
Ayawan,
Aywan,
Kaha,
Alkaha, Aratiza. What we just said, keep not silent. Omosai, hold thy peace, and be not still. Omosai, for lo, thy enemy maketh tomorrow, and they that hate thee, and lifted up the head, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come let us cut them off from being a nation, and the name of Israel be no more in reverence, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are conferred against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and Hagarenes, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, with the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. I serve joy with them. They are called from the train of luck, the laugh, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kisan, which spreads at Endor, came as dung for the earth. Made them nobles, like Oreb, and like Azib. Yea, all the princes of Zabah, as of the Luna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High in possession, who my power, make them like a wheel, and stubble before the wind, and the fire burneth the wood, and the flames set the mountains on fire. So prosecute them, when I tempted, and make them afraid, with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Most High. Let them be confounded, and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, and the Most High, over all the earth.
Sir? Petit salute, Madam Shabbat, Majam, Rock, Yahweh Hashem, Yahshua, Rakata, Yikimata, God's news.